Hello students, so this is like the first class on the simple interest. So listen very carefully and keep writing simultaneously along with me. I'll explain to you all each and everything and each and every word of this topic very carefully. So let's begin. We're learning simple interest. So what do you mean by simple interest, or what do you mean by interest? Interest is nothing but extra money on principle. Extra money on principle means what? We'll understand shortly. Before that, we will learn this word. What is P? P stands for principle. What do you mean by principle? Should keep writing. Principle means the money what we borrow from someone, or sometimes we lend our money to someone. That is called as principle. I'll give the example. Suppose I want to buy a house, and for that I require 1 crore rupees. Now I do not have my 1 crore rupees along with me. So what I do, I borrow the money from the bank. That is called as principal. So I borrowed 1 crore rupees from the bank. So 1 crore rupees is called as principal. I hope you got this. Or sometimes say like, your friend needs some money for their, they need some vehicles, or they need some phones, and they do not have money. So they, borrow the money from you. That is called as principal. Now, what is this next part? Is rate of interest. Obviously, whenever we borrow money from someone, or we lend that money to someone, we charge them a rate of interest. A rate of interest is nothing but the interest rate on which, like on every 100, you have to give some extra money. That is called as rate of interest. Now, obviously, whenever we borrow that money, there is a time period fixed. Like in this particular time frame, you have to repay that money, like 1 year, in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years, or in 25 years, you have to repay that amount. So that is called as basically time period. Now, this time period could be yearly, ho sakta hai, half yearly, ho sakta hai, monthly, ho sakta hai. It's depending upon the terms and conditions. So you'll have to read your questions very carefully, students. Now the next word is simple interest. So simple interest is nothing but extra money on principal. Extra money on principal. Okay. So what happens? So like suppose you borrowed 100 rupees from the bank, and then bank charges 10% on that. So you have to repay 10 rupees extra, because 10% of 100 becomes 10 rupees. The 10 rupees is called as simple interest. Are you getting it? That is called as extra money. So in total, you repay to the bank 100 plus 10. 100 is principal and 10 is the interest. So principal plus interest together it becomes A. A stand for amount. A stand for amount. Amount is nothing but the total money. So 100 plus 10 will become 110, and that 110 is what you have to repay as amount to the bank. I hope you students understood all the terminology. Now there are two formulas: simple interest and amount. Simple interest का formula है principal into rate into time upon 100, and amount का formula है principal plus simple interest. Principal 100 plus simple interest 10. If we'll add together, it becomes 110. So amount is nothing but principal plus simple interest. Now there could be some more formulas like principal. What will be the principal formula? 100 into SI. 100 into SI upon RT, that is the rate of interest, into time. Same thing for the rate also, you can make the formula. If R will take over here, P will come over here. If you take T over there, P will come over here. You understood? Oh, if you have understood, that's nice. If you have not understood, I'll just rewrite the formula. Okay, I'll just copy paste this formula over here quickly so that you all can copy paste. Okay. Principles formula is this. What will be the rate formula? Guys, keep writing, keep writing. The writing is like very important. These are like basic notes along with you. So 100 into SI upon PT. If you want to calculate time, how we calculate the time? 100 into SI, 100 into SI upon PR. If you want to calculate amount, amount will be principal plus simple interest. Super duper easy, isn't it? The full chapter is on your screen. Isn't it nice? So this is how this entire chapter get covered. So what is terminology you understood? What is the formulas you have understood? And now the next part of the chapter, that is example. We will see various examples. How to solve this example on this topic or on these formulas, we'll see shortly. Meanwhile, you can pause the video and copy paste all these things quickly in your book. Hurry. Okay, students, so let's begin with the sum example. So this is the like sum number 1 on your screen. calculate the simple interest on rupees 8,000 for 2.5 years at 4.5% per annum. What do you mean by percent per annum? So 4.5 rupees, you have to pay extra on rupees 100 per annum. But if the money is used for 1 year, you'll have to pay 4.5 rupees extra for 1 year. You understood? Now look at this. What is the formula? Simple interest का formula है PRT upon 100. Before that, student, we will write it on what is P, what is R, what is T. So let's see how to write it on all that things quickly. You keep writing along with me. So principal in this case, calculate the simple interest on rupees 8,000. That means principal borrowed is rupees 8,000. Keep writing along with me. Time is 2.5 years. That means 2 2s are 4 plus 1, 5 upon 2, 5 upon 2 years. Isn't it? And rate is 4.5% per annum. So 4.5 means 4 2s are 8 plus 1, 9, 9 upon 2% per annum. Now we're going to substitute this PRT in the formula. So how to substitute PRT upon 100? Please pay attention on the screen so that you'll understand this. So principal is 8,000, rate is 9 upon 2, and the time is 5 upon 2, and into 100. See, did you notice guys, this 2 I have not written somewhere in the numerator here and there. You understood? I just pulled that in the denominator. That's absolutely fine. These are fraction skills. I hope you're getting the expert in all these skills, isn't it? Now we'll just cancel this. 2 zeros will cancel, and then 2 2s are 4. 4 if we divide this 80, then will become 20. 20 into 9 into 5. 9 5 are 45. 45 into 2 90, and then that's 1 0. So it will become simple interest as rupees 900. Over here, students, our sum is already done. We've completed this sum. Simple interest. We just calculated simple interest. But student, I'm just going one step ahead and I'm rewriting how to calculate the amount. So how to calculate the amount? Okay, so I'm writing calculate the simple interest and amount. This is like adding the question. Okay, so how to calculate the amount? So look at this. To calculate the amount, we need this formula, principal plus SI. We need this formula as principal plus SI. So let's plug the formulas value. The principal is 8,000, simple interest is 900. So 8,000 plus 900 will become 8,900. That is called as the amount at the end of 2.5 years. I hope students you understood. Make sure that you write these units. These units carries one mark. If you miss out your unit, you will miss out your marks. So unit carries marks. I hope students you completed it here perfectly. In case not, please pause the video over here and copy paste this quickly in your book. Hurry. So this is it for this particular sum. If you have copy pasted, that's nice. If you have not, pause the video and copy paste it. Meanwhile, I'll just take the second sum on my screen. Let's do this sum number 2. This sum number 2 is on your screen, and the sum says calculate the sum on which the interest for 1.5 year. 1.5 year क्या बनेगा? Time. Time is 1.5 year. That can be recalculated as 2 ones are 2 plus 1. 3 upon 2 years. Students keep writing along with me. At 3.5%, at 3.5% means rate is, look at this guys, you read the unit and you'll understand which quantity it is. When 1.5 years, that means time. 3.5% per annum means it is rate. 3.5, that means 3 2s are 6 plus 1, 7 upon 2% per annum. Is rupees 252. Now ये 252 क्या है? What exactly this 252? Calculate the sum. The principal is this, on which the interest for this is 252. That means simple interest is given as 252. Many people I have seen, like they can't recognize what exactly is given, what they are supposed to find, and that's the reason they cannot solve the sums. So students, it is very important to recognize what exactly is given to you. So 252 is simple interest. Now, once you know simple interest, you can calculate the principal. And how to do that? We'll use this formula. Simple interest is equal to PRT upon 100. Let's plug the value. Simple interest is given as 252. Let's plug it over here, which equals to P. Rate is 7 upon 2. So 7 upon 2 here. And time is 3 upon 2. And principal is P as it is, and upon 100 is added as it is. Now we will just do cross multiplication, student. How to do this cross multiplication? 252 into 2 into 2 into 100. So that will become 250 into 4 into 100. Divided by 7 3 is 21. You can just take that 7 into 3 also, which equals to principal. Or else one can use easily principal formula. And what is the principal formula? SI into 100 upon RT. It's just the same thing, isn't it? So if you do this calculation, 7 3s are 21, and if you cancel this 21 and 252, it will become 12. 12 4s are 48 into 100, 4800. So principal is 4800. I hope students, you got that very easily. In case someone has doubt, surely you raise hand, or else you can pause the video and copy paste it quickly. Hurry. So students, hopefully you like this video. In this video, we finished like the basic concepts and the terminology and all the formulas and one or two simple type of questions. So in the next video, we will join and we will learn like little basic and little advanced type of questions. So see you in the video number 2 of simple interest. Till then, bye bye.